Welcome to Just Minding My Business Media, LLC. 10x your business starting today with digital marketing from Just Minding My Business Media, LLC on JMMB Media TV or Mindset Movers TV. Contact us at jmmbradio@gmail.com. When the unthinkable happens, the lighthouse is hope. Once we choose hope, everything is possible. Christopher Reeve. Today, we welcome BeLynda Lachelle Davy Davis, known as B to family, friends, and associates. B. Davis is a military wife, mother, world traveler, singer, and author. At 15, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Her experience with this disease and her exposure to the military life led her to write Let's Talk, your 4-step guide to getting beyond the pain of loss and the uncertainty of illness so you can live your best life now. In her work, she offers a therapeutic solution for those struggling with grief and anxiety. Welcome, BeLynda Davis and husband, Steve. And we call you B.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so happy to have you, a beautiful couple that you are. So tell us, BeLynda, just give us a little background about who BeLynda is.
BeLynda is a saved woman, happy. I love to sing. I'm not a very talkative person, but I will get into the conversation and say what I have to say. I'm just a well-written person. A stay-at-home mom. Love God, and that's about it.
All righty now. So tell us, TALK. What does that stand for?
T for talk is trust. A is for accepted, and L is for love. K is for knowledge.
Okay, and what made you write this book? Tell us about the thought pattern behind the book.
I wrote this book because of my illness. I wasn't able to do a lot, but I figured writing the book, I can put all my message in my book, and I wanted to help people, especially nowadays. A whole lot is going on. People are being mad. They're committing suicide. They think everything is worse. And since I have MS, I read a lot of articles about patients with MS. And even when I go to the hospital, I talk to some and they have the worst things to say. And I wanted to tell my story of how I've got over it. It's been rough. It is rough. When you first find out, I was 15. I was in high school. It was very rough. I went through some really hard times. I even tried to kill myself, but God. And I want to relate that message to others, that God was my help. He was my strength to help me through it all. And they can get through it too, so they can live their best life too.
Absolutely.
So I've got a question for you, BeLynda. When you were 15 and you were diagnosed, what was most difficult? What was the most difficult aspect that led you to the feeling that, you'd like to end it all?
What made me want to end it all was I was not able to do a lot of things that I was normally able to do. And if I couldn't do it, me telling somebody the reason why I couldn't do it, they was confused. They didn't understand what was going on, which I could understand because I didn't know what was going on. It was just hard times, things I wanted to do, I was not able to. And when somebody asked me and I told them, they didn't understand. So many times they thought I was lying, trying to get out of things. So that was one of the rough times that I had.
So when you were diagnosed, did you have any visible symptoms, or were all the symptoms internal? Explain a little bit about what MS is, just for those people who don't know.
MS is a nerve problem. It triggers your lesions in there. So, like the message that's supposed to go through your body to be able to pick up your leg and walk, it does not transfer as fast as it normally would if you didn't have the disease. And so it's very frustrating because you don't know what nerve is going to hit what and what you're not going to be able to do that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just hard to connect to see what are you going to be able to do today, because there's always something that's going on and you never know what's going to happen. It just comes up.
Okay. I think that's important for people to understand, because we have all heard of MS. Some of us know people with MS, but to really understand very simply, that was very well done. So people can really understand what it is. And you said that you were able to push through that. How? You said that God was your strength.
He
Uh,
was.
Talk about that a little bit, please.
Okay, I'm going to say when I first got diagnosed, I was having eye pain. And I was telling people that I had eye pain. And everybody's like, well, take some Tylenol, brush it off. But it happened for like 2 weeks. And I woke up one morning getting ready for school, and I was blind in my right eye. It scared me so bad because it was just black and I couldn't see. So even though I said I could not see, people still didn't understand. People thought I was lying as well, and I wasn't. So it was different things that was happening. My walking stopped. Me going to the restroom, I couldn't control that, and people were just looking at me like, okay. So that was really hard, and
Mm.
I was thinking that for the rest of my life, I'm going to be like this, so nobody would want to be with me. So why continue to live when I'm not going to really have a life? So I had to look to God for that confidence in my way of living, because I felt like I was nobody and nobody could understand me. So I
Mm.
felt like just ending it all was going to work for me, work better. I talked to God about the issue, and I told him, please have mercy on my soul, but I don't understand why I should live. And so I tried to kill myself. I took some medication that I was only supposed to take one pill a day, and I took four. And so I went to sleep. I had wrote a letter to my parents, so when they found my body, they could read why I did so. But God had another plan. I still woke up, and I had to tear that letter up, and I had to live. And so God just keeps on blessing me every day that I can yet still go forward. And so I thank God for that.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, because that's a true testimony
Mm-hmm.
of God, the power of God.
Mm-hmm.
Now your parents, how did they deal with it? Because I'm sure everybody went through some type of emotions around it.
Yes, when I told my mom, she was still like, are you sure this is happening, that kind of thing. And that really hurt me. But when I was going through with the doctors doing MRIs, she was open up to what I was going through. We had never heard of multiple sclerosis, so we had to read upon stuff. And so we read upon stuff. They were there for me. um so they were there for me. They were helpful in what I could do, what I couldn't do. So I thank them for doing something that we had no idea what was.
Okay.
Now, do you have other siblings in the family?
Yes, I have my sister Chriselle. She's the one next to me, and I have my baby sister Shonda.
Okay.
So how did they react? Especially
Yes.
your older sister and your younger sister. How did they react when they found out their middle sister was suddenly not able to do all the things that they wanted her to do?
Well, my sister that's next to me, we are 5 years different. So
Mhm.
she didn't understand what was going on. She was still lost as well. My baby sister, she was, me and her are 13 years apart. So
Okay.
she didn't understand. But as we got older and they saw what I was going through, um, they are very appreciative of me being strong. And even though I can't do like I used to, I still push myself. So they are very happy for me of what I'm going through, and but yet still able to push through. So they always give me good vibes and encouragement.
Ah, that's important. That
That's
family
very
support.
important.
Yes.
That's critical.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. So your book, okay, give us a little snippet in terms of what kind of things you talk about in your book.
Well, in the book, what I just explained about how I did get MS, I did put that in the book. I put my military life in the book, from going from a military brat to a military wife. That is so different. So different. I did not realize what all you had to do and go through when you get older, because it's like my husband's in charge, but when he leaves, I'm in charge. This when he leaves deployments for a year, I didn't grow up with that. That's something totally different. I didn't understand
Mhm.
that, but God and different family, and it's like when you with the military wife, it's like you're like a community. So with your children, they play with our children, birthday parties or things like that we do together. And because one of our husbands is not there, so we bound up together to do things with the family. Just let the kids know that we love them and we still want them to live a regular life also. So it is a big difference once you become older and you're the mother.
Mhm.
So how
So,
many, do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have a son, he's 20. I have my daughter, she is 11.
Wow.
all
Okay.
right.
Awesome. So how do they feel? What's their emotions about everything?
Their emotions, my son, because when he was younger, he helped me a lot. When my husband was gone for the first time, I didn't know. It was really scary and different things, because a lot of stuff started happening with the MS that I was going through, stuff that I didn't even understand. But he was always there to help me. So, and my daughter, she's the same way. When we go out places, she's there to watch me. Both of them watch me. If I say ow, they're like, "You okay, mom?" So they are really protective of me, and they know what I'm going through. So they know that it's kind of rough for me, but they're there for me and they understand.
Right.
That sounds like you surrounded by love and love and
Mhm.
love. That's
Mhm.
awesome. All right, Stephen, you want to tell us your side of the story?
Well, so my side of the story is that I am immensely inspired by this woman, and I thank God for her. Because of her, I am favored, and I have learned how to be a better man, a better husband, to be a better provider, a better protector, and to be a little bit more empathetic. Because as you can imagine, part of the culture of being in the military is this idea of being strong and being stoic and not allowing things to bother you and not showing emotion. And so for a long time, early on in our marriage, it was, again, my mindset was I need to provide for my family. So taking the hard jobs, doing things that others may not want to do. And it just took my lovely wife to continue to, I would just say, educate me and sort of fix me and say, sweetie, yes, we appreciate the quality of life. We appreciate the income and you're doing a fantastic job, but we still want you, and this absence extended is not the best for the family. And so like I said, in the process of time, I was certainly able to accept that, and I appreciate her for not giving up. Thanks be to God, we celebrated 20 years of marriage this year back in February. And so I am again favored, so excited to be here and to be sitting next to this beautiful woman.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
That's lovely.
That's
Yeah, it's,
very lovely. Very
I'm going to say this to you, Steve. It's so lovely to hear a man who has the humility and the courage to say what you just said, because many men have a hard time admitting that, it's wonderful to be the head of household, but there's some other things you have to learn along the way. And it's like, in spite of all of it, it's like the two of you are perfectly balanced. There's a lot of balance in this relationship, and you can see it.
Yes,
So I find that very exciting and something really to be celebrated.
absolutely, and definitely a role model for other husband and wives.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got husband and wives that don't have the situation that you had, and they are not aligned.
Mm-hmm.
They're not valuing each other
Right.
the way that you should. And I mean, when things are first brought to light, it's not an instant, yes, honey, I'm going to do it. It don't work like that. We know that. You know what I mean? Because I've been married, oh God, probably like 25 years. So I know you have to like keep saying it and keep reinforcing it before the aha moment actually comes. But that's all a part of building a relationship, because once you are able to get through those rough points, you know, and then you look back and say, wow, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
And that bonds the relationship, even if when things get rough, you already been through rough. So
Mm-hmm.
you know how to do rough.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I can see where that would work too for in this situation with a wife who has a chronic illness, and she's able to write her story, and I'm hoping she will write some more.
Yes.
Uh, she already has a safety net. She has a security net, and that is very evident. You can feel it just looking at the two of you and hearing the two of you. There is a togetherness that creates a security net for everybody's emotions, for everybody's experiences. And like Ida said, that's not always the case. Sometimes people are married and they're really going in two different directions, and expecting the marriage to hold together. And that's not really likely. So I really enjoy meeting the two of you, and I can see that your book is an expression of part of that. It kind of came out of that, your own personal experience, yes, but also your experience as Stephen's wife and his being there as your husband. So you had this wonderful safety that you could pour into or stand in while you wrote this. So are you planning to write any more books?
I do plan on writing more books.
Okay.
Good,
Can
good,
you give
good.
us an idea? Steve is all smiling, so he must be in the middle of it. He must know that he's got a department. He's just like this great big smile.
Yes. So how can people get the book?
You can get the book on Amazon, different stores. We plan on having it just about everywhere.
And again, the title of the book, so that everybody knows what to look for.
Let's Talk, your 4-step guide to getting beyond your pain and uncertainty of loss so you can live your best life now. I might have messed it up a little bit.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a long title.
Yes, we get the gist for sure.
Mhm. Let's talk.
Yes.
Yes. So we know what to look
Yes.
for.
Yes.
And the other thing you talk about is grief, because during this coronavirus period, so many people have lost
Yes.
so much,
Mm-hmm.
And are still grieving, and probably will be for some time. So, how can your book help them? What are some of the things that you put in there in your book surrounding grief?
I put in some things that you could say to God, or some things that you could um, read about who you've lost, because knowing that you've lost them, you still have a story within you about them. So
Mhm.
they will never die. They will always be with you. So I have different ways where you can cope with the loss. You are going to cry, but it's okay. God knows your heart. And I put in, you can always talk to God about it. He's always there.
Mhm.
Different times you want to talk to your friend or some family members, but they might not be there. But God is always there for you.
Mhm.
So you can lean and depend on Him through all that you're going through, because you're probably going to be going through it a lot. And just remembering time that you spent with them. Somebody might say something that would trigger something about the relationship that you had with that person, but it's okay. You will get through it. God will help you throughout the way.
Mhm. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's an important question, as Ida brought it up. This pandemic, the effects of it are going to be long term. It's not just the loss of life, it's the loss, in death. It's also the loss of life that people have experienced in so many different ways, their jobs, some people their homes. There's just been a loss on such a large scale, and everyone is being affected by it. And one of the things that has not been talked about a lot is the mental health issue that's coming out of this pandemic.
Yeah.
And so your book sounds very timely in that it could help someone, like you said, recognize that it's a problem now, but if you hold on, you don't give up, there's
Right.
always hope. That's why I chose the little quote that I used at the beginning, from Christopher Reeves, who was the last Superman. I don't know if you're familiar with Superman, but
Yeah.
he was the last one. And
Who knows Superman?
yeah, yeah, that's true. And some people still are in Steve Reeves, his great grandfather, I think. Um, but yeah, that's from his experience. He went from being this, mega star to being crippled
Right.
to finally developing all kinds of things that eventually took his life. But his thought was that as long as you choose hope, then anything is possible. And that's what I saw in your story. As I read your bio, that's what I saw, that you chose hope. You had to struggle to get there.
Yeah.
You had to do a lot of praying, a lot of crying, and, but you got there and you chose hope. So that is a powerful message.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And my question to you, have you thought about moving your book into a coaching type situation? Or are you already
Mhm.
doing it?
Um, yes, I have. Um, I don't know a whole lot about things like that, but I'm looking into it. So it sounds like something I'm willing to do with the book.
Yes, I think it would be an excellent approach, to make that a part of like a coaching kind of thing, or, just a small group, because when you're dealing with loss, number one, it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
very emotional. And, a lot of tears are going to be shed, but because of who you are, you'll be able to help people in a coaching type situation be able to move past that pain. So that, that might be something. I don't know if you thought about it, but as soon as I saw the title, that's the first thing that came to my mind, because
Mhm.
a lot of times people, when they're, by themselves, they can't always get it. They can't always get there.
Mhm.
Right.
You had a wonderful support system,
Yes.
and having that support system is huge, because
Mhm.
as I always say, when your muscle is not strong enough, then you pull on somebody else's muscle that is,
Mhm.
because we have to develop that strength, and it's not an overnight thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And the other part to that is you will fall when you're trying to make changes. Change is a very difficult thing. It seems like the bad stuff just can jump right on you and you jump right in the groove. But the good stuff, when you're trying to get rid of negativity or doubt or things like that, it seems like it's the hardest thing to get rid of for some people. And it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work, because when we think of thoughts, it's in pairs, positive and negative. That's just the way it is. And some people lean more towards the negative side than the positive side. So, for example, when they say, I want to do something, the next thing comes up. Well, I don't have this and I don't have that. That's the next thing right behind it. So with what you talk about in your book, I'm thinking that'll be a nice little, coaching tool to help people to really absorb it and feel it. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. So again, how can people get the book?
You can go to my website. There's a way that you can get on to pay for the book.
Okay. So and that's the inspire2inspire.co, right?
Yes.
That I'm streaming. Okay.
And it's also on Amazon.
Yes.
All right. Very good. How long has the book been out?
The book we are still in the process of getting the cover and everything to come out.
Okay.
But everything is getting together. It's not out already. We are promoting the book right now. It's coming out next month. So we're right there.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
That is
congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
So if I may, so we're looking at a release date of about the 18th of May. And then we're going to have a live launch extravaganza on the 21st of May.
Oh, okay. Don't forget to invite us.
We are over the moon excited about that.
Yes. Okay, so give me that. When is the book going to be out again?
The release date is going to be the 18th of May, and the live launch party is going to be on the 21st of May.
Okay.
21st May. Okay, I wrote that down. So tell us a little bit about the launch party.
Well, so we have lots of things planned. Obviously, some of it is surprises, but for those that have been along with her for this entire journey and have provided some support by way of feedback, reading some sample copies or advanced copies, and then also just supporting, they're going to have special access to our live launch party. So there's going to be giveaways. There's going to be a bit of a reading. She's going to be interviewed. There's going to be some other things that we don't want to give away here, but suffice to say, it is going to be an exciting time. So whoever gets into the room or whoever attends, watches the live stream, they're going to be glad they did.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'm glad for you. I'm really happy for you.
I am too. I'm glad we asked the question because I didn't know this is a new launch. Yeah. This is a brand new book and hasn't even hit the bookshelf yet.
No, you will get the exclusive.
Oh
yes,
I am really happy to be getting the exclusive. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. Absolutely. So your website is inspire2inspire. So that's where we should all go to keep up, correct? Is that the spot for all of you?
Yeah. Are you on any social media at the time?
So right now we do have a page on Facebook, and we can certainly provide that URL for you all. But we do have an Inspire2Inspire that's the handle on Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All righty.
Okay, I'll go right out and look for it. Absolutely. Well, we are so happy that you decided to come to our platform.
Mm-hmm.
and share your book with us. We are definitely honored to have you, and your story is so amazing. And I know you're going to change so many lives with what you wrote in this book. And we're looking forward to all of the that God has for you as a result of this book, because you already know it's just about to start.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yes,
is
we
just
see.
the
Yes,
beginning.
thank you so much. Thank you for
Yes.
having me.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure.
Yes, indeed. We really, really enjoyed this. So thank
Mm-hmm.
you so much.
Yes, thank you.